Hey, welcome back to my channel. Today is episode 22, and I'm talking kind of soft because I'm in a public co-working space, and where I was supposed to be to record my video today, I couldn't record it there because I got caught up in traffic in the city, and ah, the day just did not go as planned. But I'm committed to doing this video, and so I'm talking a little bit soft. Hopefully, the mic that I have here is picking up the sound as loudly as possible so that when I download it, it's going to be fine. But anyway, here I am at my co-working space that I usually come to. So when I say public, it's a paid membership co-working space, and my battery is on 10%. But here's what I wanted to share with you today, really. Some of the things that I've learned about myself so far into the challenge. So let's start. And these are just random things, nothing in order, things that I have noticed about the way I communicate, and constructive feedback is what I'm giving myself. I'm not picking myself apart here. I am not being hard on myself. I am absolutely being kind to myself, saying kind words, patting myself on the back, and giving myself all the props that is deserving of making it to day 21 of this challenge and being in this room right now with a soft voice so that I don't disturb others, so that I can record my video, right? As far as I'm concerned, that's dedication and it needs a round of applause. So, this is really just to share with you some of the things that I observe and have learned over the past 21 days. So, one of the things I observed in terms of the way I speak is that I speak fast. I remember one friend said to me one day, Dixie, do you know you speak like a rave? I was like, oh, not that it wasn't meant as a diss or a critique. It was just an observation. And I've listened to people who speak in raves, and it's okay. They're quite interesting. But I can't speak like that all the time. There are times when slow is required, easy is required, pausing is required. And being on YouTube, I realize that a rave is, at least in the way that I am presenting myself, a rave is not the way to go. I need to slow down, speak slowly, and pause as much as I can. So that's a work in progress, right? And some people would say, no, it's fine. But I know those are things that I need to work on, and I have gotten better at it. But in listening back to the videos that I've done, I can see areas where I'm still talking a bit too fast. So that's one thing, talking too fast and slowing down. The second thing is filler words. I have done a great job over the years of cutting down, I would say 90 some odd percent of Oz. I rarely say Oz when I'm speaking. And not that there's anything wrong with it when you want to do it, but too much of it sometimes can be distracting, right? And I just felt like way back when I did it too much and it was very distracting. So I cut back on it. But what I didn't realize too much was that I replaced it with some other things, some other filler words. And here are some of them. You may have heard them. So, I say so a lot. I say right a lot. And I tend to insert ands where it's not necessary. So I think those are the three that I say a lot as I transition from one thing to the next. And even as I'm speaking in a sentence, I would throw in and so. Yeah, right? Don't know if you noticed it. And it's, again, it's not a critique of myself, it's an observation of how I come across and what's struck me as I listen to myself on playbacks. So that's two things. The third thing I notice is that, and I know this, I've known this to be true for a long time, but the more I do this, the more I actually like it. I really do. I find myself enjoying it. And there was a feeling inside of me that I would enjoy video, which is why I decided to give YouTube a try. I have a podcast. I have been on Instagram, so I do videos there. But this long form video, I have not been in the habit of doing long form videos. So Instagram, it's, stories and reels, and then of course shorts on TikTok as well, but never sitting and having long form in a public space. Now, in my private community, I do have long form that I do. It's very casual, no stress, no worries. I just come in and I talk. There is no elements of it that is stressful at all. I think the elements to this that was stressful for me was knowing that I'm speaking to a wider audience. And as a human being, we've all been conditioned to take criticism and meanness to heart. Not that I've had any of those things at all, but knowing what I know from others, I think that sort of sat somewhere in here. And I needed to release that. So I released that, and hence the reason I decided to give myself the opportunity to have the challenge and take on the challenge and see what happens. And without fail, I can tell you that, as with anything else, when you show up consistently, it gets better, it gets easier. Nothing ever gets perfect, and I'm not looking for perfection. I'm looking to be at ease in a space where I have not felt at ease. And today, day 22, I feel so much more at ease in my space here, in the space that I can occupy here on this platform. And also, I feel much more comfortable knowing that I can look at myself and be okay with how I show up and the things that I don't feel are the way that I want it to be. For example, the filler words, right? I can work on that. Those are things that I get to work on. And that's what this is all about, really. It's a learning experience for me. And I have tons of resources. I have support systems and support resources and spaces that I'd love to share, that I am sharing, that I have been sharing for many years. It's the work that I've done. It's what's made me some money. And I'm trying something new because the social media platforms are evolving. Everything is evolving. And we hear so much about the spaces, and things are not changing for the better. They're getting worse. This may not be a good time. We just hear so many things. But I decided to take the advice that I shared yesterday, which is to turn my back on the audience and focus on the orchestra, right? And to focus on my message. And the audience will eventually come, the ones who are aligned, who want to be there and who resonate with my message would be there. So, see, did you see that? So, yeah, caught it. I will be working on that, and it takes recognizing it. And that's how I put, remember AAA I talked about? That's how I put AAA into action. This right here is a perfect example of how I do that. So, awareness, acknowledgement, and action. So, by looking back at the videos and sort of familiarizing myself with my own presence and not being squirmish about how I sound, what I'm saying, how I'm looking, none of that, right? Moving past that and listening to my videos, I was able to come into awareness of the things that I saw that I think needs some work, the things that I saw that I feel I can learn from and improve. The filler words being one of them. And I acknowledge that. I acknowledge that that is absolutely a thing that is distracting, and I may be using it as space to think a little bit. And I really don't have to. If I need to think a little bit while I'm speaking about something or while I'm making a point, I can simply pause. So learning to pause, right? And not saying that I can't and I shouldn't use so sometimes. So is very appropriate in sentences at times. But I realize that I've been using it for more than what it is and more of a filler word. And so that's great. So now I get to take action, right? So the action is pay attention, continue to slow down, and when I'm speaking, rather than saying so much, just pause. And it's going to take practice, but if I keep showing up and being consistent, I'll get it. So yeah, those are three things. I'm going to share a lot more in terms of what I learned at the end of my video, my challenge, not the video, at the end of my challenge, because I've learned a lot more than that. But those are three things that I just wanted to share with you. That's it. So my video today is super short. I usually go for about 20 minutes, but I did say my videos are going to be 10 to 20 minutes. You can't beat consistency. You really can't beat consistency. It builds courage, it builds nerve, it builds conviction. And it takes courage to put yourself out there in front of the world, in front of other people you don't even know, to say something and make a point, or to share a resource, or to give feedback, or whatever the case is. Whatever you're putting yourself out there for, it does take courage. And showing up day after day after day, time after time after time, whether it's week after week, or every month, whatever it is for you, whatever that consistent action looks like, it's well worth it. So I'm really pleased with day 22 and where I am. And because I'm so committed to doing this, I feel like whispering in this space is worth continuing what I started. Yeah, so that's it. I will see you tomorrow for video 23.